Now, after discussing market period, price determination on the basis of Marshallian approach, in which we have seen the supply line is vertical, it means in a very short period market supply is fixed. Now we shift to the second type of market under perfect competition known as normal period market. Normal period market is the second division of the market by Alfred Marshall. Normal period is known as normal period is divided into two parts, short run normal period and long run normal period. Look here, short run normal period, short run normal period, and long run normal period will be long run normal period, long run normal period, long run normal period. Putting demand curve, we will get equilibrium. This is called short run normal period. This is called short run normal period. Again you put demand curve, put demand curve, put demand curve. Then this is law of diminishing cost. This is law of diminishing cost. Long run normal period. Long run normal period. This is a law of constant cost. Long run normal period. This is upward sloping law of increasing cost. Law of increasing cost. Long run normal period. So Marshall said that supply curve will be of three types in the long run: downward sloping, horizontal, and upward sloping, depending upon laws of cost prevailing in the market, where production is done by the producer. If there is a law of diminishing cost, then producer will increase production, but per unit's price will decrease, because more economies of scale is enjoyed by the producer. If the constant cost, supply line is horizontal.
So once again, law of diminishing cost.
Diminishing cost means the cost curve is long run supply is downward sloping. short run, long run, normal period supply, long run normal period supply, long run normal period supply, and long run normal period supply. All three are case of long run, but one is downward sloping, one is horizontal, one is upward sloping. The reason behind it that in this case marginal cost curve is downward. In this case marginal cost is horizontal. In this case marginal cost is upward sloping. And in fact marginal cost becomes supply. Marginal cost becomes supply in the analysis of price. Marginal cost is for firm and supply curve is aggregate of different firms. Aggregate of different marginal cost of firm A, firm B, firm C, and then the name will be supply. So look here, if this is demand, then short run normal period will be short run normal period will be OP. If demand increases, price will increase and supply will also increase. This is increase in supply. Write down. In the short run normal period, price is determined by demand and supply equality. Price is determined by demand and supply.
In short run normal period,
Price is determined by demand and supply curve intersection. At point E, what is the case? Demand is equal to supply. Therefore, price is OP. Now, demand increases in the short run. Supply will also increase by a smaller amount, but price will also rise. It means D rises, S rises, P rises. D rises, S rises, P rises. This is the case of short run normal. But you have seen under market period supply and demand. This is P. Demand rises, supply is constant, price rises. Here what we will write? D rises, S constant, P rises. Equilibrium shift from E to F. D rises, P rises, S constant. This is the first case. This is known as market period. This is known as market period, which is also known as very, very short period. Where supply is constant. Because market is a very, very short period. Market is only for few hours. Then whatever supply is arrived, that is final. Now it is demand which will decide what to be the price. If demand is higher, price will be higher. If demand is lower, price will be lower. So this case is market period, and this case is normal period. In this case, what is different? Price will rise, but your supply is constant. Your supply is rising. Then this check, demand rises. Demand rises, equilibrium E2F, what will happen? Price falls, supply increases. Supply increases, increase in supply, increase in supply, and price will fall. Price falls. Price falls from OP to OP0. Price falls. So under perfect competition, in the long run, demand rises, but due to the lower marginal cost condition, price will fall as output expands, supply increase. This is short run, this is applicable to limited period. Just after this, there is a shift to this. Under constant cost, price is OP, supply is OM. If demand rises, price remain constant. Price remain constant. Price remain constant, but supply increases. Increase in supply, but price is constant. Price is constant. But price is constant. Is what? In this case, negative force and positive force both are balanced. The economy and diseconomy is exactly equal. Then supply curve will be horizontal. Demand will rise or demand will fall. Supply condition will be horizontal. Due to horizontal, if demand rises, supply will increase. If demand falls, supply will decrease. उल्टा चलेगा तो एक ही तरफ लेंगे. Demand rises, price will increase. This is for some limited period. Final case is that when production is going on, in the factory there is diminishing return to diminishing cost, then constant cost, and finally a condition is increasing cost. In this case, demand increases, price increases, price increases from P to P2 to P dash. From P to P dash, higher price in the normal. So what we find out that in fact supply curve is horizontal as well as vertical, and there is downward sloping supply curve, there is upward sloping supply curve, there is upward sloping supply curve. So this is called long run. Long run supply curve. This is very short run. Very short run. And this is short run. Very what? Short run supply. It is vertical. Suppose in the your wristwatch, this is 12 o'clock, this is 1 o'clock, this is 2 o'clock, this is 3 o'clock, this is 4 o'clock. Supply is moving just like time is moving along with the needle of the wristwatch. And this shows that production will increase in the long run. Short run it may not increase, but in the long run it may increase. So what we conclude? That in the short run, price may rise, supply will also rise slightly. But in the long run, supply will always rise in the long run if demand increases. But price may rise, may fall, may remain constant, depending upon which law of cost is operating in production. One firm is going under law of diminishing cost, that firm will be benefited by producing more and selling at low price. But this is a unique situation in the early period when mines are enough, coal are enough, water are enough, and entrepreneur is less. Then in a starting beginning, there is increasing returns because of the diminishing cost. Or unit cost declines because marginal cost of the firm is downward slope. And that is why if you take the whole shape, then whole shape will be marginal cost U shape. Only this portion is like supply curve. You always see the right side. Left side and bottom are invisible because that comes in everyone's life. That production increases and cost, marginal cost decreases. Production increases and marginal cost is constant. But this is not going to survive for long. Production increases, supply will increase in all three cases. But it will increase more and more under diminishing cost. Supply will increase slightly when under short period. Supply will not increase at all, even by 1 kg, no change, in very short period. So what we conclude, that when in the market demand supply both are equal, that is equilibrium price. But when demand increases, supply will also increase. But period will decide. In very short period, if demand increases, price increases. Because supply is constant. In very short period. But in short period, supply curve is slightly tilted right side. So higher the demand, higher will be the supply. Then this is also short run normal period. Thereafter, Marshall says that laws of cost operating in the factory, in the farm, 3, law of diminishing cost, law of constant cost, law of increasing cost. In three conditions. Demand increases, supply will increase. Supply will increase. More supply will increase in the first condition, law of diminishing cost. And less supply will increase under law of increasing cost. And middle is the law of posture cost. So Marshall said that short run and long run both are normal period. Normal period price this is market period. This is market period price, and average is normal period price. Normal period is average of different period. What is actual? Actual is market period. Others are average of different period in total. What is normal period? If you take only 30 days, it is short period. 10 days short period, 5 days short period, 5 hours short period, very short period, very, very short period. But you take 2-3 months, this is a long period. And under long period, what we see that supply may vary in different proportion. Result, market price will always oscillates का मतलब चक्कर काटना. Market price will always oscillates around a normal price. Market price will touch normal price again swing. जिस तरह से झूला जो है आगे पीछे होता रहता है, घड़ी का पेंडुलम आगे पीछे होता रहता है, गया उस तरफ फिर लौट कर गया, फिर गया थोड़ा सा क्षण भर के लिए स्लो हुआ, फिर इधर आ गया.
That's the market price since around the normal price.
Yes. And lastly, secular. हाँ? कहाँ? Next was वहीं की क्या secular period. इसका point number 3 हो जाएगा. Market period, normal period, secular period. Secular period is very, very long period. Secular period में क्या लिखा हुआ है?
It is known as very, very long period. For example, 100 years long time price of description.
और वही डिस्क्रिप्शन उठ के यहाँ आएगा. Secular period is a price of commodity like salt, wristwatch, gold. Very, very long period is more than 100 years average. More than 100 years. What will happen? This is equilibrium. But in the long period, equilibrium will shift and price may rise. Price may remain constant. Price may remain fall. गौर से देखिए, यहाँ ये सप्लाई है और ई पॉइंट पर डिमांड इज इक्वल टू सप्लाई. सेकुलर पीरियड. सेकुलर पीरियड. अब गौर से देखिए कि ये बढ़ गया. अगर गोल्ड होगा तो ये घट गया. अगर वॉच हुआ घड़ी, आई ज्यों का त्यों है. सॉल्ट. घड़ी पहले गांधी जी पॉकेट में से निकाल के देखते थे. पॉकेट में लोग घड़ी रखते, यहाँ नहीं बनता. पॉकेट में घड़ी है उसको बहुत ही धनवान मानता था, बहुत ऊंचे औकात का आदमी मानता। और अभी खिलौना में हमको लगता है 25 रुपया में भी खिलौना है प्लास्टिक की घड़ी में। तो वेरी वेरी लॉन्ग रन में उस समय कोई कहता है कि खिलौना में मिल जाएगा तो भारत मारता है उसको। लेकिन देखिए इनोवेशन ऐसा हुआ कि बच्चे के खेल के खिलौना में बना हुआ है घड़ी, गिफ्ट किसी को दे रहा है, बना हुआ है घड़ी। तो घड़ी का कहाँ आएगा, वो नीचे वाला। डिमांड भी बढ़ गया, सप्लाई बढ़ गया, टेक्नोलॉजी ऐसा आ गया कि एकदम दाम भी कम हो गया। ऊपर वाला देखिए